Well, obviously we made some shots. We hadn't been shooting well going into that game, and we knocked down some three-pointers, and I think that really obviously helped us and helped with our spacing. The fact that we could make some shots, and they're a good defensive team. They do a great job of swarming the ball. I didn't think we were very good defensively, and we had a lot of breakdowns. They had some opportunities from the free throw line, some shots around the rim, some threes, some perimeter shots that we just had breakdowns on, and they missed. We were very fortunate. If you go back and watch that game, we were very fortunate. We had some stretches where they didn't score, but it was more off of their inability to kind of finish and make free throws, and just kind of what I just spoke on. But we're going to have to do a much better job defensively, against them this time.
If they don't have Thompson, I'd imagine they play a little bit differently with Jerome Hunter out
right.
there. Is that something you have to kind of prepare for?
Well, it's just normal basketball. You're gonna have to handle them when they're bigger. When Race Thompson and Trace Jackson Davis play together, or if one of those guys play and they play Hunter at the 4 and stretch you out a little bit. But it's no different than what everybody else normally has. Everybody has like a stretch 4. Not everybody has like two bigs that they'll play together, even though some people will. So I think we're pretty accustomed by the end of the year to being able to play against either style, but it doesn't mean we'll be efficient. Like I mentioned earlier, we have to do a better job, defending their actions and just defending them in general.
Just how much do you talk to your team about the 4 seed and its importance?
Well, I think they understand it and know where we are. It's been mentioned, but it's not something we've gone overboard with. It's more worried about the functionality of the game and doing what we're supposed to. I think a lot of things can get thrown around in theory at this point in the season, but you have to go out and be functional and play the right way and compete and and beat the team in front of you. And we have different people stepping up. Aaron Wheeler's really played well the last 3 games. Zach has had some really good games. Jaden, had a good game, especially from the free throw line last game in terms of scoring the ball. Sasha, obviously, at the end of that Nebraska game, his ability to pass. He had 8 assists in the last game, and trying to get the ball to Travion, trying to get the ball to Zach down there. So, we've had a lot of different people step up. Eric Hunter did a fabulous job, on Dimitri Trice. Isaiah made 2 huge free throws and gave us, quality minutes. So, we've had a lot of people. I'm leaving out some people, but we've had a lot of people step up, and that's what you want. You want to be able to have a bench that you can go to, if the other guys aren't playing as well, or they're just playing better.
Now that's 5 years plus since they've beaten you guys. Have you noticed anything, any benefits from that when you're out recruiting now in the last year or two, that you've sort of had the upper hand in this thing for a while?
I haven't seen those benefits. You'd have to ask the guys that we're recruiting, or the guys that we've signed, or you'd have to ask them that opinion. But I don't look at it any different in terms of what you're selling. Your product doesn't change in terms of the education, the people, style of play, things of that nature, that kids normally look at when making their decision. So I'm proud of our guys for not just being at the top and giving themselves a chance to compete for championships and be in that. It's hard enough. The job's hard enough, and so a lot of times people are go back and forth with a lot of different things, especially when you've had a little success here. We've lost 4 or 5 straight times to Indiana before, so it's in those times it's I've been there. So it's you got to be able to earn the next victory. It's the only thing that matters. It's great that we have a streak, but it'll have nothing to do with this game. It'll have 0 to do with this game, and that's the only thing that matters, is us having a focus and trying to earn this victory. And that's what I told our guys. And you still have to go out there and do your job. Don't talk in theory. Don't talk about a streak. Don't talk about a double bye. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. What matters is your ability to take care of the ball, your ability to rebound, your ability to execute plays, the functionality of the game. is the most important thing.